Artist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
What is up, Hardcore Nation? Hardcore here, coming to you live from the Hardcore Harvey Motorsports Studios right here in West Union, West Virginia. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 12, whichever way that is. So again, super excited to have everybody join us tonight. Again, I know I keep saying this, I sound like a broken record every week, but man, we have another great show planned for you guys tonight. And it's just, I'm really excited to get everything, bring everything to you tonight. So we got a lot going on. We're going to be talking about the Mason-Dixon and how that went for us there over the weekend. And then we've got some really great updates and news for you on the Kenda 9 Hours of Havoc. I've got Seth Wilson with us. We've got Tanner Walker. We got Mama Sue Walker with us also, joining us with some updates on not only the track, but also some services and things that are going to be offered at the track. Seth and Ronnie Paul and his family have been working on some of the rules, and we got some updates for you on the pre-registration, stuff like that. So we're going to have them on. We got a great Dirt Dominator section from the weekend. So we're going to cover that with you. And then super excited about our Outlaw Motorsports Young Guns segment tonight. Not often, and this is one of the things that we love about this show. It's one of the reasons that I wanted to do this show 3 years ago when we started messing around with this, and that is to promote and bring people the opportunity to share that have become successful in ATV racing and reaching milestones. So in the Outlaw Motorsports Young Guns section, of course, brought to you by Bill Daly and Outlaw Motorsports in Morgantown, West Virginia. But we've got a chance to talk to first-time podium in the Women's XC Pro class, and also one so close to the podium she can taste it. So we've got three great guests for tonight in that section. We've got Andrea Rogers, first time on the podium this weekend in second place overall. We've got Morgan Solsby, third place on the podium, and Emily Wise just missing the podium in the fourth place spot. So super excited to talk to those ladies about their experience over the weekend. And again, not to take anything away from some of the fantastic women pro racers that are well established and everybody knows how fast they are, but it's just exciting and cool to get to talk to some fresh faces that are having some success and kind of see what their experiences are. And then we're going to have a special guest in our comedic component of the week section. We're going to have Liz Harper from Pro Graphics going to be talking to us tonight about helmet wraps and how you can customize and design a helmet wrap for your helmet to either personalize it for you or have them come up with a cool design. So we're super excited to hear from her. And then also in our Hauser, taking it to the house, Riders of the Week, we're going to talk to a couple guys there in Derek Hart and Taylor Lazell battling it out in the Vet B 30 plus class at the Nationals. The cool thing about these guys is they're super good friends. And just last night in our testing session to make sure everybody's mics and video worked, they were already talking smack. So I'm anxious to have those guys on here to tell us about how they're battling back and forth in that class. I've got some updates for you in the Custom Access All Smooth News of the week about the Action Off-Road Camp. And then we've got our results from Round 8, Steel City Poured Walls ATV Fantasy. We had 25 contestants this week. Thank you so much for everybody who's jumping in and playing. And we've got our top 13 because our last three scores in the 10, 11, and 12 place were all tied. So we've got some we got to go over those names. And then we've got our 9-2 goggles clear view look ahead, talking about what's coming up this weekend in the racing world and local series. And then we'll wrap the show up the same as we always do with the Hardcore Nation swag giveaway. And right here from Micah at Custom Access, he sent us a whole box of Custom Access swag that we're going to be giving out as part of our swag bags this week. So if you're interested in some Custom Access gear, make sure you stay tuned to the end of the show. And also just talk to Tanner Walker put me on the spot here a few minutes ago. He's got 3 things to give away right there in his shop tonight, and he said we had to come up with a way to give them away. So stay tuned here for when they're on here. We're going to be coming up with some unique on-the-fly ways to give away some 9-2 goodies and some 9-2 swag. So again, great show for us tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. It's already here. And don't forget that part of the swag giveaway is that you have to make at least some comment. Got to make at least some comment. Kenny Vincent is all over me already. Kenny Vincent says, "Come on, Harvey, you're 3 minutes late." That is true. And Kenny, I'm going to blame my guests. So we were still trying to test mics at the last minute. But yeah, so thanks, Kenny, for jumping on here. Kenny Vincent says hi to Elizabeth Harper. Elizabeth Harper says, "Hi, Kenny." Oh, Nick Lambruno's breaking my heart with the at YFZ450R tag. It's a sad day. It's a sad day, Nick Lambruno. Makes me sad. Danica Holcomb's joined the show. Craig Ostrich is here, longtime supporter. Jerry Durst is here also. Appreciate y'all being here. And Scotty's already talking stuff to the vet 30 plus guys on how many beers they've drank already before coming on the show. All right, guys. So appreciate everybody making comments. Zach Phillips, thank you for throwing that up there to combat that Lambruno comment about YFZ blah blah blah. Actually, Zach Phillips, ride red, brother, ride red. All right. So with all that being said, we're going to jump into the show tonight. The first thing we always want to cover is just want to talk about the weekend. So this is our Kenda ripping it up the weekend from the GNCC Round 8 from the Mason-Dixon. I just want to give you guys a quick rundown on the Hardcores Day and how things went in the super unbelievably competitive class of the Masters 50 plus class. And again, I honestly, at one point, whenever we were racing in our late 40s and we had won the 40C championship and then we had won the 40B championship, I honest to goodness thought that as I got older, if I continued to stay in relatively decent shape and stayed relatively decent on the bike, that winning would get easier. Man, have I been wrong. So the older I've gotten into my 50s here, actually, these guys are unbelievably competitive and unbelievably tough. And we're talking about 4 to 5 guys in this Masters 50 plus class that are running in the top 40 overall of 240 quads in the morning race. So it is not a group that is, if you get out front or you have a good day, you're just going to walk away. That is not the case. In fact, the top 3 this weekend, including myself, were within 1 minute and 4 seconds of each other for the win. So first of all, congratulations to Mike Tarango for a great run. He got the win this weekend. And then Mick Heister in the second place spot finished literally, I think it was 1.6 seconds behind Mike Tarango at the finish line. He caught him on the last lap. And then I was another minute behind them in the third place spot. And again, just a great run. We got out early to our basic mediocre start. Again, I don't know what the deal is. We used to be really good at that. I don't know whether we've lost our nerve or what, but mediocre start. Went into the woods. I think we went into the woods 4th or 5th. And then we came around on the first lap. We were in 4th place, just a few seconds off of 3rd place. And we went into the second lap, and we kind of got in the groove a little bit, started making some passes, started making some moves, and came around. And actually, we're in 3rd place then going into lap 3, only 19 seconds off of 2nd place, which at the time I did not know was Mick Heister. And at the time, I also did not realize that Dave Machisco had broke and was out of the race. So I wasn't sure who exactly I was chasing. But then I looked up partway through lap 3, and I saw the 520 rear number plate of Mick Heaster, and I knew that I had caught up to him. And then when he pitted for gas, I got by him, and then he got back by me in the field section, going back into the woods for going into lap 4. And he and I rode together for a good bit of the lap, and then we did get a 4x4 in between us, and Mick was able to shake away from me. And honestly, at that point, just to be totally truthful, I had spent so much energy getting caught up to the lead pack there and running Mick down that I admittedly fell off the pace a little bit, and then kind of got in behind a woman's pro rider at some point. She had made an error on a hill climb. Again, no fault of hers, and then had to kind of get around her. So I just several things, poor line choices on the last lap, and kind of cost myself some time, but end up being a minute back. But for us, listen, we've went from after the broken ribs to being 6 to 9 minutes back from the leaders, to being now back a minute to 3 minutes back of the leaders and being in contention for the podium. So I'm not saying that we're able to run up front or anything like that. I'm not making any crazy bold statements like that, but it does feel good to be back in the area of the top 3 and be able to keep guys in striking distance if you have a good ride to be able to be there. So again, great weekend for us, finishing on the podium in 3rd. Finished, I think it was 36th overall. I think Mick finished 34th overall, and I think Mike Tarango finished 32nd overall. So it was 32, 33, and 36, I think, was the breakdown of the top 3 in terms of the overall finish. So again, super class. Just love racing with those guys. If you have not paid attention to this class, guys, you need to watch. These guys can flat out get after it, and they're all super quick. So again, Masters 50 plus class is definitely a class to pay attention to. So Ed King, appreciate it. Impressive. Thanks, Ed. And then is Wilhelm starting to charge his pacemaker off for the night? Yeah, Harold, good question. The question is are we going to see Scotty Wilhelm throw his leg back over anything before the 9 hour? If you see him, ask him why he can't find registration. So that's the big secret. He keeps telling people he can't find the registration trailer to register for these races. So we'll hopefully Scotty will be ready to go by then. But so yeah, that's going to wrap up, guys. Our Kenda ripping up the weekend section. Again, want to thank all the guys in the Masters 50 plus class with me for a great ride this weekend, and definitely appreciate that. So, all right. So up next, we're going to talk about the Kenda 9 Hours of Havoc. This was the graphic from a few weeks back, and this was also the flyer that we handed out at the John Penton, and kind of started spreading those around. The 9 Hours of Havoc, July the 9th, Berlin, PA. And we are going to get ready to bring on here some special guests tonight to talk about that. So wanted to feature Tanner Walker, of course, 9-2 on this graphic, introducing the next segment here. And, of course, Kenda for being the lead sponsor on the Kenda 9 Hours of Havoc. And then I found this picture of the Wilson family on Facebook. So I grabbed this. It looks like a picture from sometime in the fall, maybe, but I felt it was appropriate to kind of feature the whole family, because I know how much the NECXC family of the Wilsons and NECXC Racing Series is putting into trying to make this a successful event. So with that being said, we are going to bring on Tanner Walker and Seth Wilson with us, and also at some point, Tanner Walker is going to be joined by Mama Sue Walker at some point. Oh, there she is. All right. So first of all, guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming back. Seth, we're going to start with you. Give us some updates on what you guys have been doing behind the scenes and getting ready and getting stuff going. What's the next steps with the 9 hour, buddy?
Well, at the results looked at today, finalized, and I think they're going to be, hopefully everyone can look at them and understand them, and everything can be fair. Yeah, they're right there. And then,
folks, just to verify, Seth has sent me the rules for the 9-hour. After the show, I will be posting those on social media so everybody can take a look at them. But they are real; they do exist. So, Seth, go ahead, buddy.
And then hopefully here, I talked to Tanner last 2 weekends ago about coming up to his place, actually this weekend, because we don't have anything scheduled to do, and work on a challenge section of like where to lay out and to just look around the property and see where I want to go, just to try and get a head start on it, pretty much, just so that it's an easier week once I get there. But I mean, other than that, I think we're moving right along.
So are we, and this, I guess this can be a question for both of you guys. And Tanner, we're going to talk specifically about the challenge section here in just a minute. But we're still looking at about an 8-mile loop. Is that still the goal?
That definitely is the goal. I know I don't want to do 40 laps if I'd be doing it. So I think a little bit longer lap is going to be nice. Right around 20 minutes is what I'm looking for. So I think 8 miles would do it. Just see how everything lays, and I want everything to be, foolproof pretty much. So, whatever I find is what we're going to go with.
So I think, Seth, when we talked, and Tanner, you can jump in on this if you want to here, but we talked about the 20-minute lap time being kind of the goal, because that way, if guys were going to break this up and run it in 1-hour segments, you'd go out and you'd run 3 laps, and then you might switch off with one of your teammates. So that 20-minute lap time would give you a 20-minute loop. Is that still kind of the thinking?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so Tanner, so before we jump into the challenge section, one more thing for Seth here. Seth, one of the things that I get the most questions about is, okay, we want to get registered. We want to get our team name out there. We want to get this. We want to get on the scoreboard here and see that we're registered for the race. Where are we with the pre-registration and being ready to go with allowing people to register?
So we're going to be doing something. It's separate from our regular pre-registration. So that's been the holdup. But we're hoping to have something by this weekend, completely done. So you'll be able to pre-register this weekend.
So there you go, folks. So the goal is, and we talked to Ronnie Paul a little bit before. He was at dinner with the family, so he just decided to let Seth take this solo. But they did say that the goal was this weekend registration will be open. So as soon as that's available, we will also help push that on social media. I'll push the rules out afterwards after the show tonight. So guys, we're really rolling with this. So now let's get down to some nitty gritty with Tanner Walker and Mama Sue. But Tanner, tell us about. You sent me a message that says, hey, I got a vision for some challenge section. So here's your chance, man. Tell us what's up.
Well, I don't want to give out all the details yet, but I've actually been talking with Seth here, and I think we have some pretty good ideas. We're going to make it so that it is able to be spectated. So, anybody that's there watching their ride or whatever will be able to watch that. So like I said, I don't want to give out all the details because I don't really know all the details yet. Just throwing that out there, but it's going to be epic, I promise.
All right, so here's the question, and maybe I'm way off base here. So is the challenge section something that you can choose to do and make the lap shorter, or is the challenge section mandatory and you have to go through it?
No, it's going to be an option. Right, Seth? I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you take the challenge section, your lap time should be a little shorter than if you go around.
Correct.
Unless you're not up to the challenge and, unfortunately get in there and, get a little hung up or something.
So it's a roll of the dice.
It is.
Oh, dude, I love that. So that is a great idea. You guys, fantastic. So are you going to keep this on the down low until we get to the track, or at some point are we going to talk about what's all in the challenge section?
We're going to keep it on the DL. I might throw a little teaser in there on the Snapchat or the Instagram or something like that, but it's going to be on the DL.
Nice.
You got to have that razzle dazzle,
Okay, so Are you hauling anything in for the challenge section? I want to ask some questions, some general questions.
Yes.
So you're hauling some stuff in.
Yes.
Are you piping water into anything?
I don't think no.
Okay.
We'll just go with no.
I'm all for no on that one. All right. So listen, so what else is going on up there at the Walker Ranch? I know that you've got another section here that Mama Sue's going to jump in here and talk to us. So give us what else is going on up there as you guys prep for the 9-hour.
So I'll give the intro here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go along with this. There is the local ambulance association. We're really good friends with them. You know, everybody works together. Her name is Tiff, and she is part of UPMC.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's Allegheny Health Network.
Allegheny Health Network.
Okay.
She's going to be coming, and this is special guest Mama Sue, and I'll let her take it from here.
All right, Mama Sue. Listen, Tanner seems pretty shaky on the details, so I'm ready for you to jump in.
I gave you the intro.
In tying in with old guys racing and challenge sections, I guess that's where the ambulance comes in.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Mama Sue's coming right after us.
You started it.
No mercy.
Yeah, so we're going to have a rehab section set up. So, 9 hours sounds like a long time. Yes, we're going to split it up, but they will have rehab sections set up. So oxygen for you old guys.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, we are associated with the Allegheny Health Network. So we're hoping, as long as no natural disasters and all of that, we should be able to have some pretty hardcore, no pun intended.
Nice. I love it. I see what you did there.
Pretty intense rehab section. So, no fears as far as these guys throwing in some crazy stuff that we can't take care of you if somebody gets a little jiggy with it.
That's awesome. So first of all, I don't know. Let me be someone who publicly just tells you guys, everybody on here, the Wilsons and you guys, thank you guys for all you've already put into this. This is such a cool opportunity for all of us ATV racers to have an event like this. So if nobody else from now till the race time says thank you, I just want to say thank you for the work you guys have already put in.
Well, thanks. That means a lot. And hopefully we can bring something really fun to this area.
All right. So I've got a question here. I'm going to pull up for Seth and Tanner probably. Scott Wilhelm says he wants to know if there's going to be a challenge section for the youth also.
We can work on that.
I'm backing out.
Uh-oh. Tanner says you're done. Your moment of fame is over.
Get out. You're
hey,
5 minutes of fame. It's out.
Mama Sue's repping the old people. I appreciate her.
She is one.
All right. So what do you think? What do you think about a challenge section for the youth?
Seth, you go with that.
I think anything's possible. Whenever we get there, we might find something to throw in for them that's maybe not as hard, but something to watch.
Okay, so Scotty Wilhelm, we're gonna say that's a yes. We'll push Seth to do something, and Tanner we'll push Seth and Tanner to do something. So here, one more question that will come up about this section specifically, Seth. I think that your dad and I were talking about this before. Craig Ostrich is asking if the ages for the youth classes have been confirmed. I think you guys were saying that you were finalizing those still. Is that correct, or are they done?
Yeah, they're still, in work in progress. Whenever we put them out, a lot of people have been messaging us about, critiquing them a little bit. So we'll get that put out here too. I'm sure with the pre-registration, it'll be on there. All
right. So Ed King says the challenge section sounds cool AF. Doug Kirk said, yes, there's an Ironman class. Ed King is like, Mama Sue, he said free IVs, thumbs up. So you got at least one person that says hell yes to the free IVs. Gonna have Amy Winehouse on what? Never mind, Ed. I will go back to free IVs. All right, so Guys, so we got a lot of stuff coming up. The last thing I want to do about talking about the 9 hour is remind everybody. So we've got several folks who are interested in coming on to be some type of sponsor for this event. What we're looking for specifically right now is we are hoping to have each amateur class have a $600 purse per class. And the idea for that particular amount was it would cover your entry fee of $300 plus a 3-man team. Every man would make $100 kind of deal. So we've got several companies interested in doing that. At this point, the way this needs to occur is that you all that might need to be interested in sponsorship, the folks that I've talked to, I'm going to direct you appropriately. But if you are just hearing this and you're interested, that needs to go directly to Seth Wilson. So Seth, if you could tell me, if you can get me an email after the show, that way I can put out an email address for you specifically. And then Seth will set up or work with you on setting up those potential sponsorships. And one of the cool things that we're trying to do is kind of first come, first serve. If I want to sponsor one of these things and I'm the first one to get set up with Seth, then Seth is going to let me pick which class I want to sponsor. So if I decide I want to sponsor the old man class, and I'm the first one to get with Seth, then that class is going to be then sponsored by that particular person or company. So Seth, does that sound all right? Tanner, does that sound all right?
Yes. Can I throw something in there real quick? Because I've been getting asked.
Yeah, please do.
So Seth, and I don't know if I've talked to you about this or not, but I think a lot of people that have asked me if they could sponsor it are thinking that they have to be connected somehow in the ATV world to be able to sponsor a class. That is not at all how it is. So if you're, we have a coffee shop. The coffee shop might sponsor a class.
That's correct.
It can be anything.
Yeah,
yes, that is definitely misinformation. In fact, most of the people, Tanner, that I have right now are folks who want to support the people who are doing the racing that don't necessarily have anything to do with racing or any parts company or anything like that. These are, like you're saying, coffee shops and local businesses and things that want to be involved.
Right.
So Seth, is that still your? So folks, what we'll do is Seth is going to get me his email. I will put that out on my social media, and then Seth then could put it out on the East Coast site. Tanner, if you could help push it out also. But we're going to need to direct everybody who might be interested in doing sponsorship to Seth, because the way it has to work is they kind of have to be the ones to handle the sponsorship and turning that donation around and turning it into a payout for the classes. Correct, Seth?
Yep.
All right. So if there are any questions on that, guys, just hit me up, private message me or whatever, private message Seth or Tanner. All of us will be happy to help get you directed to Seth so that we can get this going, because I think it's going to be a really cool component of the 9 hour if every single class out there has a purse that they're racing for, because, not that it's not bragging rights, but 9 hours is a long time to be racing just for a piece of wood.
That's true.
Absolutely.
So it's something. And then what obviously we hope that happens is this is such a huge success that this grows again the following year, and more people want to be involved, and everything can keep growing, including some of the amateur purses as well. So that's at least our goals.
Right.
Seth, anything before we jump in here to Tanner's got some special event he wants to promote here or something with. He wants to give some stuff away.
What are we going to call the special event?
Listen, you sprung this on me like 10 minutes ago. So
hey, it's a 9-2 giveaway.
It's a 9-2 giveaway.
We're giving this away. These are awesome.
Nice. All right.
Got some other shades here. Anybody watching? I mean,
so you're going to give away some sunglasses?
Sunglasses, goggles.
You give us okay.
I mean, I have some coffee, and some cake pops. I might give those away. I don't know. I'm just feeling like giving stuff away.
All right. So you said you're good. You said you got 3 things to give away, right?
I do.
Okay. All right. So Seth, buddy, we're going to let you go, and we're going to jump into this 9-2 giveaway. So Seth, thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, man. See you, Seth. All right. So Tanner is going to be the man of the hour right now. So what are we giving away first, man?
I don't know. Let's give these away. So they come with a case.
Okay.
They have a little. You can put a strap on them and make them like a goggle. They're great for side-by-side riders, or if you road bike. I don't know if old guys road bike, but if there's any old guys out there that are road biking, or I don't even know, weed eating, mowing, whatever. All right, they have foam on them. Oh, they're sweet.
Those are all. Listen, those are all the rage, dude.
Yeah,
those are awesome.
Who is Pit Viper?
Yes, those are nice.
All right, so what are we gonna do here?
Oh man, dude.
Let's do with name the challenge section. You want to do that, or part of it?
Okay, but you're gonna have them throw a name out, and then you're gonna pick the name you like. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, all right, here we go, folks. So we're gonna give you 60 seconds in the comments. So throw out a name for the 9-2 for the Havoc, the Kenda 9 Hours of Havoc challenge section, brought to you by 9-2. So throw out potential names for the challenge section, and Tanner and I and Mama Sue will pick out the name we think's the coolest live. 45 seconds.
Let's have Mama Sue pick it, because then she's like, the neutral.
Okay.
All right.
Brandon Rogers, the name can't be 9-2. That's the product. What's the name of the challenge section?
While we're waiting.
Hey, listen, Ron Varndell says they work perfect for jet skiing.
Oh, all right. I have clear lenses for them too. I'll throw those in with them.
All right, here we go. So we got our first one. Scotty Brapp says 929 climb. Doug Kirk, Tanner's Timbers.
Oh, that one's going to be hard to beat.
I like this next one. Hardcore Havoc section.
All right.
And we got, let's see. This is a good one. Chunky Monkey Pit. And then we've got John 9-2 Mullet Militia. Stephanie says the litter box.
Oh, I like that.
Ed King says Havoc Hill. Brian Hart says Tanner Terror Climb. Scott Poling says Over the Bar. Craig Ostrich says Havoc Hell. Scott Wilhelm says Tanner's Hole.
Oh, God, are we going to have to free it next year?
And Elizabeth Solsby says Send It section.
That's kind of cool.
9-2 Highway to Hell. All right, that's our last entry. Our 60 seconds is up.
What are you liking?
What are you liking? And listen, we can do this again, and then we could narrow it down, and we could then pick it. We could pick like the three best entries.
Leading up to.
Leading up to the event.
I don't know.
You guys want to?
I can't see all of them. Can you? Where can we see?
You can't see them unless
we got it.
We got it. Send It section into Mayhem.
All right, well, she'll pick out those. Let's see. Let's go on to the next one here.
All right, okay, what are those? Give us the modeling like you did before.
Yeah, liking that,
dude. You look.
What do you think of this beard, though? Other than the shades.
Listen, it looks like you trimmed up for the show.
I did.
Nice.
Freshened up a little bit.
Nice. All right. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for the second one?
How about let's see. I don't know. I'm out. We're winging it. We're really winging it here. Who would look the best wearing these or something?
Oh.
How many? Let's take a guess at how many teams you think we're going to have pre-register.
Excellent. Okay, so let's say this. So the pre-registration opens Friday or Saturday. We'll just call it the weekend. So on Sunday night, Tanner, Sunday night, let's just say at 9 p.m. Sunday night, we'll check with Seth and see how many people have pre-registered by Sunday night at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
For the sunglasses. Okay. So listen, guys, to enter, you've got to PM myself and Tanner in a group, so that way we both can see the entries. So Tanner, you and I can put this out on social media afterwards, also.
Okay.
All right. And what's the third thing we're giving away?
We got some lumberjack 9.2.
Oh,
goggles.
dude, how can I win? I need to win those.
Seeing these?
All right, let's do this.
All right.
The first person who can successfully put in the comments, you have to say yes or no. The first person who can successfully in the comments guess my birthday.
All right. Do it.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right. First person in the comments to successfully guess the hardcore's birthday. You don't have to have the year, right? You just have to have the month and the day.
Okay.
So
Can't be your wife.
No, my wife can't. My wife can't win. My wife can't win. No, I thought about that, but no. Scotty Brapp says 9/18. That's a good guess, but no, that's my wedding anniversary, and that's the date of my. I can't say that. It gives information away. I'll just say it's the month. All right, we got a winner. Seth Durst, September 11th is correct.
Well, there you go.
Seth Durst is the winner of the lumberjack goggles. So congratulations, Seth. Do you want him just to message you and you'll get his address and stuff, Tanner?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, just have him PM me and we'll go from there.
Awesome, man. So again, the only thing we got to do is over the weekend, guys, you got to submit the number of teams you think that'll be pre-entered by Sunday at 9:00 and send that message to Tanner and I.
Tonight's pick for the naming the
Yes. Yeah. Who's winning?
is the litter box.
The litter box.
Yep.
So Stephanie Sayre is the winner of the what are this called? Pit Vipers?
No. Whoa.
Oh.
BMF. 9.2 BMF. And I can't say on the show what they stand for, but we'll just.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Stephanie, you won the 9.2 BMFs by your naming of the potential name of the challenge section of the litter box.
Oh, it's gonna stick.
All right, Tanner, Mama Sue, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We'll get with you. We'll get with you later, Tanner, after the show, and appreciate it. I'll get you the rules if you can help me push the rules out on social media. Also, we'll get that rolling.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on again,
dude. Tanner, awesome job tonight. Thanks, Mama Sue. We'll see you guys.
See ya.
All right, so congratulations to Stephanie, and also congratulations to Seth Durst for getting my birthday correct. So, and then we'll remain to see Sunday night who wins the other pair of the sunglasses. All right, so up next, without any further ado, we're going to bring these ladies on. We're going to move the DP Brakes Dirt Dominators to after these interviews. So up next, we've got our Outlaw Motorsports Young Guns of the Week. We're going to be talking to Andrea Rogers, Morgan Solsby, and Emily Wise from the Women's XC Pro Class. So we're going to get these ladies on here. And ladies, make sure that you have your mics on. And in our first picture here, we've got Andrea Rogers in the left. We've got Morgan Solsby in the middle. And we've got Emily Wise on the right. And I can't believe it. I think that's how you guys are going to be. All right. Welcome, ladies.
Hi. How are you?
How is everybody? All right. So I know we got Andrea at the beach. So she is really taking one for the team here to be on the show by joining us from the beach. So Andrea, thank you for taking some vacation time to join us. Morgan, thank you so much for joining us also. And Emily Wise, thank you for responding to the last minute message about can you be on the show. And so I appreciate you ladies being here. So I said in the intro, this is one of my favorite things about doing this show is the opportunity to talk to people that have had success and are moving up through the ranks and finding success and being successful at whatever class they're racing, and giving you guys the opportunity to get to talk about your successes and those things. So I described it as We've got two folks who are the first time podium on the women's XC, and then we've got our third person who has been so close multiple times that she's got to be able to taste it almost. So that's why we're calling you all the young guns of the week, because you guys are right there. Of course, the women's pro class is stacked with veterans, a 10-time champion. You got Hannah Hunter, who's been fairly dominant lately. And then you got Tracy Pickens, who's just decided all of a sudden she's going back to work. She's going to try to win another one. And then we've got folks like yourselves. So that is the point of tonight. So we're going to start appropriately with Andrea. Andrea, congratulations, first of all, hon, your first women's XC podium in the number 2 position. I know we had you on the show earlier this year because you were running in second place at a race earlier this season, and the bike gave up on you. And we said that when you got back on the podium, we'd have you back on the show. So that is tonight. So Andrea, welcome. Congratulations. Tell us about your day.
I had a horrible start as usual. I never had a start. I stressed myself out too much. And I got in the woods and I made a couple passes and I worked my way up till 6th. And I honestly felt like I was running a really comfortable pace, and then Morgan comes up on me when we're stuck behind somebody. And she's like, you gotta go. And I tried to tell her just to go. She was not letting me go. She was not going.
So wait a minute. You were gonna let her by?
I was.
She wasn't. She was like, no, you go.
She's like, go. So I went.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. All right. We're gonna get to that in a minute. So Morgan, keep that thought.
And
so all right. So you running a comfortable pace. She comes up on you. You try to let her by. She says no. So then what do you do?
I go. And
So did you pick up the pace at that point, or?
I had to go. And I went through scoring and everyone was like my parents were going like way too crazy for 6th place. Like I had no idea that we even passed like any of the other girls. And I look at the thing and it said that that I was in 3rd, and I knew Emily was right in front of me. And I was freaking out.
So wait a minute. At this point, Emily's actually leading you two.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because Emily, did you lead for a while?
Not at this one. I led at the last one. But
okay. I got the races confused. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Andrea, you don't know that Emily's right in front of you. You guys, then you catch her.
No, I saw Emily in front of me.
I saw you behind me.
Okay. All right. So when did you know you were in podium position?
When I went through school to check in to get ready to start my last lap.
So you're going out on the last lap.
Yeah.
And you're in second place or
I'm in
third place? You're in 3rd. Yeah. Who's in 2nd?
Emily.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So you ride the whole 4th. When did you catch Emily then?
Emily. Okay.
At the 2.
At the 2.
At the 2-mile marker. Okay. So you make the pass on Emily.
Yes.
Okay. And now how are you feeling?
Nervous.
So are you thinking the whole time like, please don't hit something, please don't hit something, please don't hit something?
And I was last time.
So at this point, are you still pulling Morgan? Are you still pulling Morgan with you?
No, Morgan, I think, is still behind Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get it past Emily. Morgan, you're still behind Emily, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's finish. Andrea, now you at this point, do you just ride it in 2nd place, and that's how it ends?
Pretty much.
So tell us about when you get to where you pop out into that last little field section at the finish line. What kind of feeling were you having when the bike didn't break down? You knew you were there. So how did that feel?
It didn't feel real, to be honest. It really didn't. I was shook. Like I didn't.
So listen, the pictures afterwards say it all. I mean, like no one can paint that look on your face. Like it was like the whole world had lifted off of you, even if it was just for a moment.
Yeah, it was really exciting.
So your parents are happy, you're happy, everybody's jazzed up.
Yes.
When does it settle in?
Probably.
I mean, surely by the time you talked to Mikey Waynes, it had settled in that you had just done this.
Yeah, I was really nervous though, but.
All right. So that's Andrew's experience. All right. So Morgan Solsby. So listen, I apologize because I do not know you as well as I know these other two ladies. So I am going to ask you to humor me and give me a little bit of the history on Morgan Solsby, because when I was reading some of the comments and the posts and things, I told Andrea earlier, I said, there's something I don't know about this story that makes this a bigger deal than it already is a big deal. So Morgan, tell us about it.
Yeah, so I've been racing for probably, I don't even know, probably 15 years. And this is my third year.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh, I can't have you in the young gun section then.
Oh, Harvey, I'm 26.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Andrew,
both of you. My bad.
Andrew is holding us up over there.
I should have had you in the first section where Mama was talking about the senior citizens.
I know. Yeah.
All right, so Morgan, you've been racing for 15 years. You're 25 years old.
Yeah.
And
this is my third year racing WXC, and I have had pretty bad luck for the past 2 seasons. And this year, something has finally clicked. I'm finally finishing top 20 overall. Got my first podium, so something's clicking.
So I'm going to take a moment here and pause, because Kenny Vincent makes a really great comment here and says that the Hondas ran 1 and 2. So, I'm going to have to recognize that, because I'm a Honda guy for life. So, but not much longer for one of you.
Yeah, true.
Oh, it's that day. All right. So Morgan, tell us about your race in general. You get hooked up with Andrea. She tries to let you by. So why at that point did you not want to go by?
So it wasn't that I didn't want to. I couldn't. The guy that we had come up on, he wouldn't get out of the way quick enough. And then there were trees in between both of us. So I knew either I was going to get myself and her tangled up. So I was like, maybe I can catch her in the field or something. I did not catch her in the field. I should have snuck around her, but yeah. So I just was like, you got to go. I didn't know. I honestly, I didn't even know we were in the place we were. I just knew I had just got around Angel, and I was like, she's coming. So that's why I was like, all right, she's got to go or we're going to get caught. Yeah. So
you feel like, did you guys pace off of each other? You feel like that you guys pushed each other, or how do you feel like that played out?
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, we definitely paced each other.
It's okay. You can talk smack on Andrea. The race is over. If she was in the way.
I love Andrea.
It doesn't matter.
No. Yeah, listen, she definitely was pushing me. I was having a hard time to keep up with her. She actually ended up leaving me. I think she beat me by like maybe 20, 30 seconds or so.
Wow.
So
well, listen, if you knew all the smack that Andrea and I used to talk to each other when she was slower, because her whole goal for an entire year was just to beat me. That was her only goal.
Oh, I love it.
She didn't even care about where she finished. I mean, her whole pit crew was holding up signs as to how far ahead of her I was.
Oh my goodness. So did she ever beat you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she beats me all the time now.
I love it.
But I've actually kind of pissing me off about it, but there's not much I could do about it.
Yeah.
So listen, congratulations, your first podium.
Thank you.
Same question to you. How did you feel when you knew that as long as you didn't make a mistake, you were going to be on the podium?
I actually didn't even know I was going to be on the podium until the last lap, because we never passed. Well, I never passed the leaders. I still don't understand where the heck they went. Yeah, like I don't understand. I don't know where they went. I'm not sure what happened.
Emily, maybe you should protest. You could be second or third, not even know it.
Right.
I saw her pass me though. I saw everybody pass me.
Yeah, I did. Emily, I did see Emily, but my boyfriend Jordan gave me a pit board and was like, "You're really close to third. You gotta go." And I was like, "Did I read that wrong? Am I 30 seconds behind?" Like, I'm still like, I didn't think it was real. And then I came up on Emily, so I was like, "Well, maybe I am up there a lot closer than I think I am." So I got around Emily, and then when I was coming through the finish, everyone was cheering. I was like, there's no way that I actually just finished third, because what the heck happened to all the other girls? I never passed them.
You're thinking they've never cheered this much for a 7th place finish.
Yeah, no, I was like, wow, I must have did really good for 7th place. But yeah, it was definitely an experience.
So when did you know? When you pulled off the track? Like, did that when you officially knew?
Oh, I officially knew. Jordan gave me a pit board and said, "You're in third, or you're in fourth. Third's right in front of you." I passed Emily. It was not far from the finish. It had to be probably like, I don't know, mile 10.
It was at the 8.
Oh, okay, 8.
Listen,
so
clearly Emily knows that. Emily has remembered the details. She knows.
Yeah. Oh, well, so that's when I was like, all right, I just got to ride smart. Emily's fast. I just got to stay in front of her and just keep going.
Listen, I'm going to tell you guys this from experience, because there was also a time way back also that there was a time or two I would catch Emily every once in a while, and she is difficult to run with. She is tough. She
All
is
the WXC girls
she
are.
is tough.
Yeah.
So I have been there, and she doesn't like to be passed. So she puts up a fight.
Yeah, and I almost killed myself trying to even pass her. So
It was sketchy.
it was sketchy.
It was sketchy.
Yeah.
All right, so Morgan, congratulations. You got on the podium. You got to talk to Mikey Waynes. So how did that feel?
I don't even know. It was so quick, because as soon as I finished, I took my helmet off and there was a microphone in my face, and I was like, just like tears were coming. Everyone was hugging me. It was just very emotional, because I've worked for it for so long, and I finally got it, and I don't know, it's just very emotional, very exciting. I'm definitely hungry and want more.
Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing that with us, because again, you ladies are, again, I keep saying this is what this show was always meant to be about, was these opportunities to hear the stories of how somebody has worked for it, and it finally happens. So with that being said, let's talk to Emily Wise, who remembers the pass at the 2 and the pass at the 8 very clearly.
It was 8.5 if we're really being specific.
So Emily, listen, you have had moments this season where you have been, you've been great. I mean, you've led a race. You have been in contention. You have hole shotted. You're there. Like, yeah. So this is not meant to be, anti-celebrating you at all. But I mean, you got to know you're there.
Yeah, I was there, I was on the podium 4 times last year. So I definitely have a taste of it. I know what it feels like. And it was hard to have that and then lose it on the last lap. But I have to say it was pretty cool to be able to be at 2 very first podiums all at the same time. I stuck around. I usually stick around for the women's podium just to, solidarity and stuff. And it was really cool to be able to see that. So congrats to both of you. I mean, both clean passes, super good passes. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, listen, and that, again, Emily, that's one of the things I respect about you so much. Even at the local races, you support everybody. You are happy for everybody else's success as well as your own. You've been a class act the whole time I've known you, and not only do I appreciate getting to race with you, but also get to talk to you and hear your experiences. So you tell us then what either went right or what went wrong, and kind of how you went from were you running second?
Yeah, so I started, I think I was third on the start. Me and Kate were battling for third. And I ended up losing the leaders a little bit. And I was back to, I think, 5th, something along those lines. And I was running with Bert. We were, just trading positions back and forth a fair amount.
Who?
Bert, 4x4.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm thinking, what girl's name Bert? Like, have I missed something?
Name, you know.
Okay. All right.
I was running with him for a while, and we came up on a bottleneck, and basically right as we got to it, it cleared, and I looked to my right and I saw 2 pink stickers, and they were not in any position to go through the clear line. So I passed Tracy, Kate was in it, and Jessica was in it. So I went from 5th to 2nd in a span of about 4 seconds.
Well, listen, Ed King says you're fast. So,
So,
all right. So,
yeah.
So opposite for you. Tell us your thinking and kind of your emotional, how you were feeling during the race when, I mean, again, I'm like you. There's been people that I know have been working for it. And even when they get by me, and as much as I want to win, part of me is still like, that's awesome. I'm glad he's having a great run. Like, what's the struggle for you in this situation?
Yeah, so I was yelling at Andrea whenever she passed me, just like cheering for her, and she thought that I was mad. So I was like, it's absolutely awesome. Like, I know that feeling, you know, to be in that position and to be in that podium position and get that. So it's, you know, I wish I forgot to turn my GoPro on, so we don't have footage of it, but I was cheering you both whenever you passed me. Yeah, but I mean, that last lap, Tracy told me a couple of years ago, she's like, you need to just run your own race and stop being concerned about who's behind you and what they're doing. She said, if they pass you, the only thing that you can do is try and pass them back. And that's what I did. And I lost time to both of them, but that's okay. You know, I had a blast. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's my home track. And I had a lot of fun. So I'm going to take the 4th and, you know, go on to snowshoe and hope for a podium.
So Emily, jump back to, I honestly thought personally that this was the best Mason-Dixon track that I've run so far. Like, it was just getting off of that. The track was fantastic.
And people might think I'm crazy. I really wish I would have run afternoon at this track, because I think it would have been a blast.
Yeah.
Like, the morning was fun, but it wasn't gnarly,
right.
You know, and I really think the afternoon would have been so much fun.
So Kenny Vincent points out something maybe not everybody knows. He says for a few years, she ran the afternoon to beat up on the boys. She's a badass on 4 wheels. So in fact, you probably maybe waited too long to get yourself in WXC.
Yeah, I've been hearing it for years that I belong in WXC. You know, after I won the women's championship in 2012, I immediately moved to College B. So I think my first race was Ironman in College B, and it was so much fun. I mean, I loved the afternoon. I love the technical, nasty, gnarly, muddy routes and all of that. But it's, you know, and nothing against those guys. There's not the camaraderie that there is in the WXC. I mean, you know, on the line, I mean, we're always, you know, gabbing and talking no matter what until the moment that we start our engines. And it's a great thing to be a part of that. And it's definitely something to weigh, you know, one is more fun maybe, but you know, you can't beat that.
Absolutely. Well, listen, you guys all 3 are fantastic. Just, you know, women and racers and all of the above, good people. I love talking to you all. So I'm going to go around the horn here. I got one more question for you guys. Andrea, we're going to start with you.
Oh boy.
Actually, no. Emily's the oldest. We're going to go backwards.
Okay, yeah.
So the old woman of the group here at 26 years old. Emily, how close do you think you are? And if you're not, what do you think you have to do to getting a win in the women's pro class?
To a win?
Yeah, we're not talking about the podium. Do you feel like you have the pieces, or what else do you feel like you need to do to put yourself in position to possibly get a win?
I think I have the mental game, but right now my physical is not where it needs to be.
Okay.
I don't have that last lap speed, as was definitely shown at Mason-Dixon. I think that I could mentally push my body to a point that would not be safe. So that's not a point that I'm willing to get at yet. So
listen, I understand that. Every time I get on the quad, my body is not in a place where I'm safe.
Yes.
So.
I think a win right now is out of my reach without a lot of other factors coming in, but
obviously you feel like being on the podium is very much within your reach.
100%. Yeah.
All right. Well, Emily, thank you so much, hon. So Morgan Solsby, same question to you. Do you feel like you're close? What do you feel like you need to do? What is a win in your wheelhouse?
I think a win is definitely in my wheelhouse, but right now I think there's a lot of training that I need to do. Physically, I have it. Mentally, I have it. If I could just ride more, unfortunately, I have a full-time job and I don't get to do that. I definitely think that I do have the speed and I have the power. It's just I need to ride more, practice. Hannah is really fast. Kate is extremely fast. Jessica is extremely fast. Tracy, we all know Tracy is very fast.
That woman's a legend. So yeah,
she is. She really. I mean, I look up to her so much, but they all are unreal right now. And I think each race they're getting faster. So it's definitely
obviously you are too.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. It's just if I could train riding wise more, then I think I can do it. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to give myself a few more years and then hopefully.
So earlier in the show, you said you got a taste for it now, so you're definitely hungry. So I guess we're going to find out how hungry you are.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Listen, Dusty Gato says to your guys' comments earlier, true sportsmanship, that's what it's all about, referring to your comments about the WXC class. So to wrap it up, Andrea Rogers, I guess the only true young gun here in this interview. Andrea, how close do you feel like, or do you feel like quite yet, are you to being able to put a win together?
I think it's going to come with like time and experience. Like this is my first year. The only thing that at the beginning of the year, like my goal was a top 5 by the end of the year, and pulling that off at the first race boosted my confidence a little bit. But then I had a lot of issues after that, and it came down to like a mental game, and I stressed myself out too much. And
so Andrea,
right now.
So we talked earlier, and I talked with your dad and your mom at the last race at the Penton. Yeah. In some ways, you running in second place that early race, in some ways, hurt you.
100%.
Yeah, like it seemed like that kind of got you all befuddled. And yes, I was there, and then it went wrong. But it seems like this is a little different. I feel like your attitude about this one is way different, and your comments about it's going to take a little time. You obviously have already shown some maturity in the women's pro class with those comments. But so, ladies, what's next? Where you go? Snowshoe? Listen, anybody can win there. So throw fitness out the window. That place is half luck. I don't care what anybody says. So
right.
All right, Jonathan Del Rio says your girls are badass. So listen, you guys are getting some fans out there. All right, ladies, listen, thank you so much for taking the time to be with me tonight. I would love for in the future for you guys to kind of agree with me that as you continue to be successful, you'll come back on the show and let people kind of go through that with you and kind of hear directly from you. So if you guys don't mind, I'd love to have you back on in the future.
Yeah. And awesome. I do want to speak to the camaraderie comment real quick.
Absolutely.
This is the Kenda 9-hour team.
Yeah.
Whoa. I am just now getting this information. Emily, that's BS. You're now banned from the show.
Oh.
I should have known that before the show.
Yeah.
Listen, awesome. So right here, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. This is going to be your Kenda WXC 9 Hours of Havoc Women's Protein. Am I right?
You
Yeah.
bet.
Oh God, this is a badass team.
We're ready.
All right, so we'll be expecting big things from you, ladies. Ladies, I'm going to let you go tonight. I appreciate you being here, and we will see you guys at the racetrack. Thanks, ladies.
See you,
Thank you.
There is your. That's great information. Your women's 9 hour protein from Kenda right there on the show. We didn't even know it. Couple other comments here. Craig Ostrich says Andrea had more heart than most on the track. Dave Naylor says respect the ladies. And Ed King giving us the I believe that's in response to their announcement that that's the 9 hour team. Hammered down, girls. Jonathan Del Rio says he'll see you at Snowshoe. All right, so exciting stuff. We're going to keep on rolling here, and I'm going to keep bumping the Dirt Dominators to the end of the show because I got stuff I want to talk to people about. So coming up next, we've got our Cometic Gasket Component of the Week section. We're going to be talking to Liz Harper of Pro Graphics. And if you guys don't know who Pro Graphics is, you must be living under a rock, because I feel like Pro Graphics is everywhere, and they do a fantastic job. Their product is second to none. Liz and some of the stuff she designs, and if Chloe helps her design it, then both of them, they do sick work. And maybe I've been living under a rock because I just became aware of this helmet wrap thing, and now I'm all jazzed about it. So I've been talking with Liz, and she's actually going to be working with me on designing a helmet wrap that is for this show specifically. So we're going to be at some point here coming to the track with a Life Behind the Pros helmet wrap that Liz and Chloe are going to help me design. But the graphic you're looking at here is a couple helmet wraps that they have designed, and a quote from Phelan Holcomb. Phelan says, I wanted a helmet that was completely custom. So we decided to work with Liz and Chloe at Pro Graphics. I love tie-dye, so I wanted that feel. I told them the colors, and they were able to put together the coolest design and give me a stylish helmet that was completely me. I couldn't be happier with my helmet, and they hooked me up with the cool phrase, girls are fast, boys are last. And I thought that was pretty cool too. Phelan Holcomb, number 489. And the other graphic you see there is one of Jay Shad's helmet wraps as well. So with that being said, we are going to bring Liz Harper on the show. Liz, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, listen, you got a tough act to follow with those ladies that were just on here.
I know, they're all amazing women. I love to watch the women race.
Man, they kind of stole the show. That was fan. I hated to cut them off because they were doing so great.
Well, and I love to hear about them because, a lot of people don't get to hear the history of the young ladies. And I'm kind of partial, to the women racers. So,
well, yeah, because listen, I mean, you can't be but a few months away from adding one lady to the women's pro line.
Well, we'll see. I don't know what he wants to do.
I know you guys will never answer that question. You know what we're going to know?
We take one race at a time.
You know what we're going to know? When she pulls up there and parks. That's when we're going to know.
That's probably true.
All right. So Liz, am I just the one that's slow, the last person to the dance party here about the helmet wraps, or is this something that's kind of new?
Well, we started, I think Fallon's was the very first one we did along with the Dickerson family. I didn't even know it was something that I could do. And they came to me, and, a lot of the helmets anymore, you couldn't get helmets, and they were on back order forever. So we kind of got into it because it helped people take their last year's helmet and give it a good look. So that's how we kind of got started in it. And it's just kind of grown from there. And, we've had to make our own templates for a lot of these helmets because they don't make templates for them. So it's kind of been a new thing for us, and it has just shot out like a rocket for us.
Yeah. So like immediately, and I stumbled onto this because I was over at the Wilhelms and the Holcombs pit, and we were talking about the show, and I was talking about doing this Cometic Gasket, like race component of the week thing. And Phelan's dad just said, hey, check this out, something we do for her. And I had not seen the whole sticker on the back of the helmet thing with the phone numbers and all that. So we decided to do that. And then in the process, I'm realizing, what the heck is on her helmet? This thing's awesome. So that's how I backed my way into learning about the helmet wraps. And of course, then when I found out you were doing it, I'm like, okay, sweet. We can talk to Liz and find out more about this. So you've been doing this this year or last year, or?
We actually started doing the helmet wraps in 2020, just kind of when the COVID thing hit and things were starting to go on back order. So when we actually took the break from racing, is when we really started getting into doing it a lot, just because people couldn't get stuff. So I know things have probably gotten better now, but it's amazing now how more people are just getting white and black helmets, and then we're like, hey, Liz, wrap it.
Yeah.
So because we even did some for, I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many we've done for different people, and it's amazing the different designs that we can come up with. And people are like, hey, this is what my colors I'm looking for, or I want something, because I'm bad too, because my daughter always had a pink helmet and I could see her. Yeah. And that's what parents want. That's what people want. They want to be able to pick themselves or their family member out of a crowd, because when they're covered in mud, sometimes the helmet's all you have to go on. So
100%. Well, listen, you have one fan here in J-Shat. He says Liz is the best in the biz.
Hey, you know what? When I purchased Pro Graphics in 2018, Jay stood by me when I was learning what I was doing. He didn't leave. He stuck with me. He let me do my little learning curve, and he has been with me since day one.
Well, that's awesome. Well, listen, we love us some J-Shat. He's a pretty cool cat, and his helmet, you did like 3 different ones. I didn't have room to put all the ones on there that you've done, but you sent me probably a dozen different pictures of different helmet wraps. Liz, we are going to post those on social media, on our social media pages afterwards, so people can see what some of the options are. But you also designed them. Is that correct?
Yes. We design them. Customers kind of give us an idea of what they'd like, and then we just kind of go with it. And, I know we've done Shorty Berg's, and, we've done 2 or 3 for him. And at the breast cancer awareness one, we made a pink helmet with him with pink ribbons on it. Now he's doing a whole black and white theme. So the options are endless. They just kind of tell me what they want. And, a lot of my customers are very awesome about just letting me, go with it. And it ends up being pretty cool.
Well, we're going to be one of those, because we're going to tell you what you need to know. And that I want it to be about the show and promoting the show. And you're going to have, what is it? Like, you're going to have graphic freedom to.
Yes, I'm excited. We're going to get started on it this week and get some things out there for you, so you can take a look at it and have a couple options for you to look at.
So Liz, here's right off the bat, and I figured this would happen right out of the gates. Folks want to know, how do we go about getting a helmet wrap?
Well, right now I don't have a web page. So everything I ask everyone to do is either email me at prographics711@gmail.com or give us a call. We do have a Facebook page and an Instagram page that has all my information, my phone number, my email, and everything on that. The phone number that's on there is a cell phone, so you can text all your information. I actually love it when people actually call me and say, hey, what's going on? How's it going? Are we getting any closer? It doesn't bother me to have people call me and check on things. It actually lets me know that, hey, I really want this. Let's go for it. Because there's some people that, they'll get a hold of you and then I don't want it now. So I appreciate the enthusiasm when people are like, hey, I need this. Let's go after this. Let's get it done.
So Liz, with your permission, I'll put all that information out, including your email, if that's okay, with some of the pictures and stuff. So Abby Harden says, you've been great to work with. You've done all their graphics. The Owenses say best graphics out there. She designs all of her stuff. Dustin, we love our helmet wraps. In fact, I struggle with
yeah, I sent you their pictures.
You did, and I tried to fit it above the quote, but the quote was so long that you couldn't see the helmets. So I took their 2 helmets out, but I was definitely going to put theirs on also. So what's the process is, folks call you, maybe have an idea, let you do some tweaking on it or whatever. And then what kind of I guess what's the timeline, average timeline, turnaround time? And I know that fluctuates based on how busy you are, Liz, but like just in general, like a regular order.
We really try to get things out in a couple weeks. I'll be honest, this year has been kind of a crazy year, just for personal things in my family. Sometimes I have to be a mom and an aunt before I can be the business owner. And I hate to say that, but we've had some really crazy things happen this year in our family that I've had to kind of step in and help some of my family members out with some medical issues and things like that. But genuinely up until just recently, I was getting things out within 2 weeks. We brought some actual racers in this summer that, kind of want to check things out and are actually helping us out this summer. I'm not going to lie. I've had some of my XC2 racers, Adam McGill, Brandon Owens. I've had them actually come in and work for me. So they actually get hands-on experience of how things work.
You got Adam McGill to work?
He has, yeah. Believe it or not, yeah.
Huh. Would you give him crown? Would you give him crown?
Well, sometimes under the influence, maybe. But I'm not going to lie, he's been great for the business. So.
Oh, absolutely. Adam's awesome. So we love the Gator. So the next big question people are going to want to know, what kind of price point, Liz? I know that we talked earlier, there's a range, but maybe describe the price point on the lower end and the upper end and what makes those different, what kind of options would get you to the upper price range versus the lower price range?
Genuinely, they start around $75 because believe it or not, people don't understand, they don't know it, but like small, medium is one size, large, extra large is another size. And then some of the cool stuff that we're able to work with, we actually do metallics. We have done holographic. We have done actual chrome. Some of our options that we are able to give to customers is out there, and some of it becomes kind of expensive. So I genuinely say helmet wraps can start anywhere between $75 up to $150, depending upon colors and kind of the design that we end up going with for them. But I will tell you, the Dickersons and Fallons was some of the very first helmets I've done, and that was in 2020, and they still have them on there. So you do invest that money, but they will last you a good long time.
So Devin Masters says he has a crazy idea. He's going to get in touch with you about it. And then also echoing my comments is Kenny Vincent. McGill working with laughy face, laughy face, laughy face.
I'm telling you, someday, and Haley's even helped us out. Haley was in here for one summer.
Now that I can believe more. That I can believe more than Gator.
She really helps me out a lot getting through things because, like I said, I like to get things out in a timely manner. But like we all know, life happens sometimes, and with, I guess this is for any graphics company out there. There's enough business out there for all of us that are out there, and there's a lot out there, and they all do great work. It's just, I think some people really think that you say, oh, it's approved and you can just print it. And there's a process to what we do. It's not as simple as people think it is. There is many steps to get that great product out there. So, speaking for all the graphic companies out there, we definitely appreciate everyone's patience.
Well, and Liz, whether it takes 2 weeks or takes 4 weeks, one of the things I consistently hear about Pro Graphics and your family and your product is that I think you guys do take your time and you don't rush it and you make sure that you put a quality product out there. I know I've been around in conversations where you've talked about, you reprinted a whole kit because you weren't happy with how it came out. It wasn't the customer. It was Liz. Liz says, that's not okay. I'm not good with that. And you reprint the whole thing.
I will. Yes.
So that's awesome in terms of quality, in terms of what the rider and the customer is getting. So Liz, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but just logistically, do you feel like we could roll out the Life Behind the Pros helmet wrap at Snowshoe, or is that too soon?
No, I think that's a great goal to reach. I would say, like I said, we should have you at proof, hopefully by the end of the week. I got to look at your messages again, but as long as I know what kind of helmet it is, then, and the size, those are the two things that mainly I need to know when someone gets a hold of me. I got to know the size and I got to know the brand. Because, someone says a fly helmet and I'm like, okay, which one?
Right. There's 20.
Which one? So
the
listen, name of the helmet is important.
Doug Kirk has already sent you an email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you first thing tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. So he says he's just down the street, so it makes it easy.
Oh, there you go.
So if nothing else, there's one.
There you go. I'll be waiting.
Well, Liz, listen, anything else you want to say about Pro Graphics while we wrap this section up? Doesn't just have to be about helmet wraps, but anything in general that you want to put out there?
Well, I mean, we're trying some new things out to get some new and different things out there for the customers. We have been testing on a few different pros and amateurs and XC2 riders and even my daughter's bikes. I've done some testing of materials. So I'm hoping, within the next month or so, we're going to be able to put some new things out there for customers to pick out, except for just the basic graphics that everyone's been getting. We're playing with some chrome stuff, some holographic stuff, trying to get some different things out there for customers. So I always like to test it out and make sure it works before we put it out there to the public. So we do have some new and exciting things coming up, and we're trying to get expanded and be able to do more, because most people that doesn't know Pro Graphics, it is me, myself, and I that does the designing and everything like that. And then my daughter and my son, and we get some helpers in here every once in a while that help us print and cut and things like that. But
Sure.
I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I like to make sure everything's perfect. So it's hard for me just to let anyone in to do stuff for me.
Well, Liz, thank you so much for taking the time and being patient. I know that the segment went longer before you and you had to wait on us, but thank you.
I loved it. I was right there watching it with everybody. It was great.
Well,
so
thank you for being on the show, and you've supported the show ever since we've tried to get this thing off the ground. And you've always been more than gracious to let Chloe be on here, and also, so thank you for that also. But definitely thank you. This is awesome. This helmet wrap thing. I can't believe I'm so excited about this. Like, I don't know why, but I think this is just the coolest thing. So we're looking forward to seeing the design you come up with. And Liz, hopefully we'll shoot some people your way and keep you busy.
Well, I sure do appreciate it.
Thanks, Liz. Appreciate you being on here.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Good night. All right, guys. So that Liz Harper, Pro Graphics, and the helmet wraps. So we'll have information for you that we'll put out on social media after the show as well. So we're kind of waiting on here to see if we can get Derek Hart and Taylor Lazell, waiting for those guys to kind of log in. So if you're out there with them, tell them to jump on the link that I sent out earlier, and we'll see if we can get them on here. But while we are waiting, we are going to jump back up to our DP Breaks Dirt Dominators for last weekend. And our Dirt Dominators for GNCC Round 8, the Mason-Dixon, our top 10. Here we go, is in the micro ATV is Cash Neck, 50 Junior, 4-5. In the youth ATVs, it is Chase Rayburn, and the 90cc 8-12 class, Avery Collins, who is a familiar name on here as a Dirt Dominator, and Schoolgirl Junior 12-15, McKenna Maynard, Girls Senior 12-15, and the adult ATV Gavin Jenkins, also a familiar name in 4x4A. Chloe Harper from Pro Graphics put on a heck of a ride in women's amateur class. Aaron Hendershot in the Warrior class. I know when he came by me, he and I hooked up for a little while, and he was rolling, and I was just thankful he pulled me along for a little while. And Gavin Keister in Schoolboy Junior, 13-15. Rob Zimmerman in the Super Senior class, 45+. And rounding out your Dirt Dominators top 10 is Darren Roth in the Trail Rider 16+ class. So those guys, and just a reminder, guys, the Dirt Dominators is for the micros, you got to win by at least 2 minutes or close to 2 minutes. The youth, you got to win by close to 3 minutes. And for the adults, you got to win by 5 minutes, or you have to go a whole nother lap than anybody else in your class. So I am going to jump down here, and I'm going to put up this graphic real quick. I'm going to talk to you about the Custom Access All Smooth News of the Week. And just a reminder, we're still running our entry for the Action Off-Road Camp sponsorship. So I talked to Jason Stewart at the track, of course, Jason Stewart of Action Off-Road. And I told him one of the things I got as feedback from a lot of the parents was that they had already signed up or registered for Action Off-Road Camp, and they'd already paid either all their money or some of their money. And Jason Stewart told me, he said, listen, he goes, if it will help and folks want to enter the contest, if they've already paid and they enter the contest and win, Jason said he would refund your money if it was a result of you winning the contest. So I wanted to throw that out there. So folks, here are the guidelines again for the Action Off-Road Camp contest. You do have to enter it as a video. The video just needs to be 30 to 60 seconds in length. You need to, on the video, you need to talk about why you feel this opportunity would be something that would benefit your riding or racing. And then we also would like you to make some reference to the Hardcore Nation motto of "In all you do, go hardcore," and just kind of again tie it back to the show in some way, so that we can have a winner that's going to represent not only themselves but also the show at Action Off-Road Camp. But again, if you know somebody who has already entered and has already paid for the camp that they would like to enter, they can still enter the contest. And again, Jason graciously offered to refund your entry fee if you were selected as the scholarship winner. So again, in order to enter, you need to do a video, and you need to do it as a Facebook post. You need to tag myself and my wife, Taylor Harvey, in the post. And we will be taking entries up until midnight, Friday, June 24th. And then we will select our winner during the show, Tuesday, June the 28th. And I'll probably get a comment from Scott Wilhelm about Groundhog Day, because he says I go over the rules too many times. So up next, if we can get them on here, is going to be Taylor Lazell and Derek Hart. I have sent them both the link, so we're going to kind of see, give them a few more minutes to get on here. So we're going to skip down to the ATV Fantasy. I see Derek's coming on the show. Give me just a second, folks. So our Steel City Poured Walls GNCC Fantasy results for the Mason-Dixon. Our classes were the Micro MXC1. The AM was 4x4 Senior 40 plus, and the PM was Junior B 22 plus. And our results, we've had our first two-time winner. I told him earlier today I thought he was close to winning, but then when I went back and checked it, he did win. So Derek Davis is our first Derek Davis is our winner. And in second place, we got Special Ed King. Third place, we got Lindsey Hunn. Fourth place, we got Scott Hunn. Fifth place, Abby Harden. Sixth place is Corey Kite. And seventh place is Cade Muscala. Eighth, Zach Phillips. Ninth, Benjamin Moore. 10th is Nathan Pierce. 11th is Melissa Lovis. 12th, Karina Henry. And 13th is Danica Holcomb, rounding out your top 13, because as you can see there, 9 through 13 all were tied with 18 points. So congratulations to our winner, Derek Davis. I'll be in contact with you. And again, that is a courtesy of Steel City Poured Walls. That is a $50 gas card for the winner of that. So congratulations to everybody there. And Taylor Lazell, I do not have you. So let me see here real quick. So I'm going to bring Derek Hart on. So we got Derek. So Derek, you're live. And I'm going to see if I can figure out here how I can.
I think I just sent it to him, maybe.
Okay. Fantastic. I don't know why we did it. It worked in our warm-up, but I can't now. I don't see him on my list. So if you forwarded that to him, that's great. We'll give him a second to get on here. And that will bring I'm going to show, let's see here. Here we go. So this section here that we're going to have Derek and Taylor Lazell on is the Taking It to the Hauser, Taking It to the House Riders of the Week. And they are both in the GNCC Vet 30 and Vet B 30 plus class. And again, we're kind of waiting on Taylor to see if we can get him to be on here. There he is. All right, so I'm going to add these two guys to the stream now. Guys, you are with us, so welcome to the show. Oh man, Taylor, dude. He can't be on the show.
Derek got his number plate in the background.
Dude, I see Derek came to talk smack, and you got your black dress shirt on, like you're being all formal and stuff. So now I got to set the stage. So last night when we did the practice interview to make sure you guys could get hooked up, Taylor Lazell, when he sends the link and he clicks on the show, when I bring him on screen, he's got all 4 of his number 1 medals around his neck, and he's pointing at him, talking smack to Derek. And now tonight he didn't wear them. Boo.
Oh man.
Derek, did he get scared?
I think a little.
So, all right, guys, listen, welcome to the show. Thank you guys for being on here. Let me get the comments up in case anybody was trying to heckle you guys from the cheap seats. Because listen, I saw somebody earlier that said somebody earlier, if I can find it, said that you guys should have had a tailgate party for the show. Did you guys see that? Did anybody see that?
I did.
Who put that up?
I think it was Taylene.
Yeah. So yeah, next time you guys are gonna be on the show, we got to do it. We got to do a tailgate party.
We're good at that.
All right, so here we go. We got Chad McCormick saying Derek the champ and has the jacket to prove it. Sorry, Taylor.
Come on, Chad. You can't do that to me.
Wow. And then Brian Hart earlier said, bring on the hillbillies. So he says, there's the hillbillies.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, so I wanted you guys on the show because you guys are really good friends. Your families all race together, and you guys are in. Oh, we got heckling. You guys are in the Vet B 30 plus class together, and just so you know, I did some homework. I checked some stats, did some homework. So right now, Taylor Lazell, who was supposed to have his medals around his neck, has 4 wins and is leading the points with 144. Ryan Simmons is in second place with 140. David Kite is in third place with 139. He has 1 win. Derek, you're in fourth right now, but you got 2 wins, 134 points. You got a couple races earlier in the season that I'm sure you're hoping to drop that will change some of those points a little bit. So it looks to me like, again, I'm not discounting any of the other riders in this class, but it seems to me that the chance for this class could come down to you two friends battling it out.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So, Taylor, tell me, you're the points leader. We're going to give you the first chance to talk. Tell me about your year so far and how you feel about being in first place right now.
Well, it didn't really start off as a year that I thought I was going to be running for points. It was just me and Derek going out to battle each other. And, it started off pretty slow. Some of the other guys were in really good shape, and me and Derek not so much. And as we kind of got our bodies beat back into shape, we started doing pretty good, and we're having a good time now. Those guys are all fast. It's a great class, but seems like when me and Derek get hooked up together, we're on the move.
So yeah, I agree. Your first 2 races of the year, you guys were 7th, 5th, and 5th and 8th, and then Taylor, you actually got a win at round 3. Derek must have still been working himself into shape at round 3 with a 7th.
Yeah, I'm a little younger.
You're a little younger?
Yeah.
So, Derek, how old are you?
42.
Huh?
42.
Oh, you could be in the 40B class.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. So, are you running this class just to see if you can beat him?
Yeah. I actually wanted to run the morning class, not for points. So.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I've done the afternoon a couple of years. It's rough. It's brutal.
It's rough.
All right, so Derek, tell me about your year up till now.
Taylor explained it pretty well. I think in Florida we sat and talked along the track more than we ran.
Exactly.
So-
that place, I hated it.
Oh,
We pulled over
listen.
and talked to each other. Then
So
I had a couple-
BJ Dalton says whole shot Hart. Is that like? Are you like known to get out front early?
I have a couple times.
Well, listen,
I haven't been very hard.
right here's right there's the reason you're getting whole shots. You're running farm truck.
Farm truck.
Listen, that bike is legendary.
Gets the job done.
All right, so you guys within 10 points of each other. Snowshoes coming up. That's a toss up. I tell everybody that's a toss up. Anything can happen there. So how you got?
Oh man.
Listen,
I have room for one more.
are you regretting not wearing your medals yet?
Yeah, I'm starting to. I wasn't going to bring it up tonight, but last time I was on that mountain, I've got some pretty good history too. It was in a different sport, but I just wanted to remind Derek of that.
Well, what sport was it?
I won the world championship in my class in 3D archery there a few years back.
I was gonna guess if it was at the bow shoot.
Yep. So
now now you guys are one each. So it seems to me that 3 weeks from now will be the showdown.
Tiebreaker.
Winner takes all.
Yep.
It'll definitely be fun.
So you guys, what's next? So you guys battle it out. Let's just say it comes down snowshoe. We go to summer break. We come back. Who's gonna train for the second half of the year to try to win this thing?
Probably
He's already got one little trick up in his pocket for after break.
What trick's that?
Something new set in the garage.
Oh, what did you do? Did you buy
another Yamaha?
Oh my! Why don't you just go open your front door and just throw $15,000 in the wind and watch, and then go buy Honda?
I know. I don't know. I've just been a Yamaha guy.
So have you always ridden Yamaha?
Yep, since 04. I mean, I took a few years off, but I've always rode Yamaha.
Huh. Well, listen, we still like you. I mean, I think you're a pretty awesome dude despite that. But so Derek, you're known as the other 918 because before I actually knew you, there kept being this guy show up to the races and take my damn number. And I'm like, who is this? Like, so that's kind of how I got to know you as the other 918. If you can pull this off and you can win the class, will you, what's next for you? Will you go to the 40 class then?
Yeah, I'll probably keep racing.
Yeah, but will you stay in this? Will you move up to the Vet A class, or are you going to go to the 40B class?
Probably the 40B. That Vet A class.
Oh, dude, that's a rough place to land right there.
Yeah.
So Danica Holcomb says if Taylor stops taking his helmet off and sitting around in his pit stops, he would be faster.
Why's everybody got to pick on the Yamaha guy?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, she obviously knows something.
Yep. I think that was Florida too.
Hey, Derek, Ed King says he's got 2 of those mugs. You only got 1.
I'll have another one hopefully in a couple weeks.
Uh-oh, Pam Hart says farm trucks being beefed up over the break also. Oh, what kind of secret stuff we got going there?
I'm not sure there yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like if nothing else, the families are all in on one of you winning this thing, and you guys battled it out to the end. So,
Yeah,
Taylor,
one of us, me or him.
Taylor, what's your prediction for snowshoe?
I really don't know what to expect. I've been there, watched it before. I've not ran it. I like that type of track, rough. You got to use your head. When you're it's all wide open, that's not my style. So I think I'll like it, but it's just a matter of the bottlenecks. I mean, some of these tracks, there's people getting stuck and being bottlenecks in places there shouldn't be. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect for snowshoe.
Like in an open field.
Yeah, and it's just this past weekend when I let Derek go around me, I was like, there should have never been a bottleneck there. I mean, there was nothing there. But
What do you mean you let him go around you?
I thought I'd let him go around me and try to chase him down, and it didn't work out so good. But
I mean, didn't he end up beating you like by 2 minutes?
Yeah, but he took his transponder off on the third lap, so I thought I was actually in the lead. So I kind of went into survival mode, saved my bike, and just kind of cruised in for the win. But I pulled into the fourth lap, I was in second. So
that's old guys knows all the tricks.
It's strategies like that got a number one plate hanging behind him on the wall.
Yep. No, it was a good day. It was a great race. We rode together for a while, and he got out away from me. And you lose sight of somebody, it's hard to run them back down.
Absolutely, 100% agree with that. That's for sure, man. So, Derek, what's your predictions for snowshoe coming up?
I don't know. Smart lines.
So you've obviously won it.
Yeah.
So what do you take away from that? You have that win. When you go into a place like snowshoe, having conquered the mountain once, what lessons have you learned that you're going to take with you?
Honestly, I did it in the morning class. I hope it can't get much rougher in the afternoon, but I'm sure it does.
Oh, it does, brother. I'm sorry.
I really don't know what to expect.
So neither one of you experienced Howard's Hole?
No.
We ran it 1 year in the morning, but
I got you. Okay.
It wasn't.
All right. So listen, we got people talking smack in the comments. Rick Sam says his money is on Hart. Uh-oh.
We need to get Sam's back out there.
No, because he used to beat our ass. Don't do that. So Chad McCormick says Simmons is going to beat you both.
I think he's still a little bruised up.
I heard he took a spill. So yeah, this is a great question from Ed King. You guys going to run? Have you decided on whether you're going to run big tires or not?
Me and Taylor actually talked about it.
Taylor says no.
We're not.
Well, I can tell you this: if the weather is decent, other than Howard's Hole, I really think small tires are still a good choice because there's still a lot of open, fast logging roads, and there's that one road section, and there's still a lot of it that you got to be quick. So, but if the weather's bad, there is no other way to go than big tires. Dusty Gatos also throwing it Hart for the. That's two. Dude, Taylor, you better get a chip on your shoulder.
That's just some fuel for the fire.
Gatos has no luck whatsoever.
No, that guy. Listen, that's a guy who's pretty fast and who can never finish the race.
I'm pulling for him.
Absolutely, he's a great guy. I love those people. All right, guys, listen. Thank you for being on here. We're all going to be watching this class closely to see how you two battle it out to the end. Right now, there's a 10-point gap in between you. We got Snowshoe coming up. We got folks in the comments saying their money is on Hart for the win because he's already got one cup. And BJ Dalton says, come on, Taylor, talks with smack, get those medals out. So you got one person on here wanting you to throw out some trash talk before it's all over.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Listen, hey, guys, thanks for taking the time to come on here and share some of your season with us. And again, like I said, good luck to both of you. We'll be seeing who comes out on top at Snowshoe, and then I'm interested to see what the secret Honda is, and what I'm really interested to see what beefing up farm truck means after Snowshoe. So you guys are going to have to keep us informed about
I think Derek should wear some like blue jean overalls if he runs farm truck at Snowshoe. I mean, the internet would love it.
Dude, I like it. I like it.
I'm trying to talk him into it. I don't think he'll do it.
I'm not sure which bike I'm running yet.
Oh, still got to make that decision.
I'm going to figure one of them's ready.
Hey, am I gonna see either one of you guys this weekend at Mountain State or next weekend at the East Coast?
Yeah,
next weekend for sure.
Taylor,
we'll be there for sure for the micros. I don't know if I'll get to run. Depends on work and all the other adult things we have to do.
All right, I understand, guys. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for being on there tonight, man. Appreciate you guys joining us. We'll see you. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
See you, Tyler.
All right, Derek Hart and Taylor Lazell from the Vet B 30+ class battling out. They'll be battling out to the end of the year. So, all right, guys, that I believe we've kind of switched some things around, but we've only got one short segment left here, and that is going to be our 9-2 goggles clear view look ahead to this weekend. Those of you who wonder what's going on in the racing world this weekend around the area, OXCR will be racing round 4 Sawmill Hill. That is June the 11th at Londonderry, Ohio. We are considering going over to that, by the way, depending on how the weather plays out. So if anybody on here, any of the Kenda team or anybody would consider going over there, I might be going over by myself. So, of course, we'd love to have some company and somebody just kind of be around. So if anybody's interested, hit me up or shoot me a private message. Also, then on Sunday, Mountain State Hare Scrambles round 5 at Rockwell Hilly Farms. That is in Shinston, West Virginia. The ATVs run Sunday. And then the following weekend, NECXC is back with round 6, the Warrior at Greensboro, PA. The quads run on Saturday, the 18th. And then Wexer will run their round 4 on Sunday, June the 19th at Dynamite Valley in Chester Hill, Ohio. So I also know that the Extreme Series is running the following weekend. Also, I will have an update for their series on the next show next Tuesday to bring their schedule into the mix also. So, guys, man, what a show. Again, daggone iron 46 minutes. But I really think tonight was a great show. Appreciate everybody hanging out. And we are going to jump in and do our swag, our Hardcore Nation swag giveaway. We've got 63 entries tonight. If you have not made a comment, give you a couple seconds to throw your comment in there before we do the drawing. And guys, we're going to wrap things up here tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and let's draw for the swag bag giveaway. All right, here we go. And also don't forget that Dusty Gatos, fantastic. Dusty Gato. So I've got some custom access gear for you and some DP brake stuff. Congratulations to the Gatos family on Dusty winning tonight. So definitely congrats, Dusty. And guys, thanks so much. We had at one point, I think we had 74 people on the show tonight. That's the most we've ever had live. So again, a first for us being above that 70 mark. Appreciate everybody's input, all the comments. Appreciate the ladies being on from the WXC. Appreciate Liz Harper being here. Appreciate Tanner Walker. Don't forget about the 9-2 sunglasses giveaway. You got to guess the number of pre-entries that will be entered into the 9 hour by Sunday night at 9 o'clock. And the closest to that number will win those sunglasses. Don't forget to PM Tanner and I your guess. Congratulations to Stephanie on winning the other pair of sunglasses. And I forget, congratulations to Durst for winning the goggles. And guys, it's been a great show. I appreciate everybody staying with us this long. Thank you for tuning in. And just don't forget everybody, in the spirit of the Hardcore Nation and Hardcore Harvey Motorsports, and all you do, go hardcore. Thanks, guys.